Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. It's time to get to work on this little 85. Um, I deleted that one video I had, um, just working on it, because I'm thinking case study, right? Um, I know I don't have a lot of people on here that comment. There's one or two. But this carburetor issue, this thing running rich, right? So we got a 390 Holly sitting down on top of an Edelbrock intake, RPM former. Uh, I'll have to find that card for the cam. But anyway, here's the deal. She's running really rich at idle, according to the meshes people, right? They don't have you rev it up or anything like that until it don't pass at idle. So I'm kind of confused at one or two things here, which is going to make it a case study, right? So I'm going to pull the carburetor apart, yada, yada, yada. But I have talked to quite a few people. Everybody says, jet it down, jet it down, jet it down, jet it down. Well, from my experience on Hollies, the jets only are main jets, right? I don't see how putting smaller jets in it is going to help it at idle. I can't wrap my head around that. So I'm going to take the darn thing off there. We'll fire it up, warm it up, yada, yada, yada. We'll take it apart, adjust it, see what the heck happens, whatever. I don't know yet. But then I'll take it apart. I do know the power valve in it. I'm going to replace that one anyway. Because if that power valve, is setting at 10, if it's a 5 in there, and we're running 9 pounds of vacuum, then that thing needs to be a 4.5 at least, maybe, or at most, maybe even a 4, to get her down where she's not just sitting there constantly pumping fuel to enrich the idle circuit, which it ain't supposed to do. So that's going to get done. Then I'm going to put her back together, readjust the carburetor, do all that kind of stuff before I ever mess with the jets, right? Because I don't think that's the issue. Because it passed once before with the jets that's in it now from the factory, right? It's just that idle circuit. And I can't remember if I actually went in there and adjusted butterflies, at the transition slot and all that stuff, or the idle, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to pull that thing back off there, do all that, change the power valve, make sure everything's sitting right, put her back on there and adjust her out. And then I'm going to take it back over here and try to get it go through emissions, right? Okay. If it don't do that, I'm going to bring her back home. Hopefully, some people out there that's got a little bit more experience than I do. I mean, I watch all these carburetor videos and stuff like that, and I can adjust them in and get them in dialed in just right. But this one right here is giving me fits. Like I said, running really rich at idle, not running down the road. So there you go. That's what I'm going to do. Hopefully I'll get that done this evening and get that loaded up, and maybe, just maybe. And if you got the guys, if y'all watch this, anybody out there actually watches this, and you have a friend or somebody that's some kind of Holly guru that maybe can help out on this situation, please share, with them. You don't have to share with everybody, but at least share with them and let them take a look at what's going on. Maybe it's something really simple that I'm just overlooking. Who knows? Heck, it could be the choke, Won't find that out until we do what we're fixing to do. Anyway, everybody hang on. Here we go. Let's see if we can find out.
He's trying to muddy me up, y'all. Yeah, y'all. I don't know what happened these past few minutes, but I think the aliens landed around here somewhere.
All right, guys, so here we go. I know you look down on this, all you can see is a carburetor, right? But here's what we got. 390 Holly, sitting on top of a 2.8 V6, 30 over, Edelbrock RPM Performer intake. But if you look down that, well, I don't think I can get you down there, but the little adapter that goes on top of that intake says torquer 2, but it's not a torquer, it's a RPM. So we got that. Had the heads redone. These heads come out of an 83 I found in the junkyard because all they had was a block when I started this project. The motor was in here, man, yeah, we won't even discuss that one. So I took the heads and had them put, you know, the biggest valves that a 2.8 will fit. I can't remember, we're talking 13 years ago. I can't remember the specs on that, but got that done. Wasn't firing right. Throw an A-cell coil on it, you know, all that, done everything. But I found the cam card, right? Let me set it up here and we can see, right? Let's see if I can get you in there, right? So there you go. There's the cam that's in this truck. Like I said, the biggest cam that Camp makes for this thing, right? If you need to read more, just pause the video. But the carburetor, brand new, out of the box, when I first moved down here, first thing I had to do, well, Tennessee, emission control. First thing I had to do was, First thing I had to do was throw a set of cats on it. It does have heavenly headers, dual exhaust out the back, 2 cats, 1 on each side. Everything I need to do to make this thing street legal, I done. But she's still running rich. But there you go on the cam. You know, I mean, we can go into the valve covers, all that. So the valve covers are just advanced for AutoZone, cheap Chinese. I put Edelbrock on here, but them things, man, right in here in that crease, dude, they leak like crazy. You know, took me about 2 months to figure out I need a new valve cover, so got rid of them. It's just it's a mess. I don't understand it. Then you've seen all that. Like I said, 390 Holly on a 2.8, 30 over, heavy headers, beefed up the ignition just a little bit. I don't call that beefing up an ignition, but hey. Edelbrock intake, RPM Performer, yada 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 yada. But yeah, in the last 11 years, I got this thing to pass 2 times. So, search and destroy mission. It's running rich at idle. not at open speed. We may here in a little bit jerk the spark plug out and see what the heck that looks like, but she's running rich. So there you go. That's the start of this. Let's see what happens. All right, guys, one more thing before I get out of this and then get into working on stuff. This ain't the first time I've done this kind of stuff to a little 2.8. This is the third engine I've built with 2.8 and done the exact same thing. Now, the only thing it is different is the last two I built was 40 over and had the cam a little bit smaller than the one that's in there. And I still see them trucks running around. Matter of fact, I seen one at I don't know. Matter of fact, I was on a delivery room one day and see my little old brown delivery truck, 84. The guy was sitting at the parts place and had the hood up on it, and everybody was admiring it, you know, because of the 4-barrel and all that stuff. And I went in the store, got my stuff, come back out, and they were still admiring it. And the guy that owned it was sitting there talking about how bad it was and all this stuff. And I just looked at him and I said, "You want to know what's in that truck?" He goes, "I built this." I don't think so. I built that truck. I can tell you what's in it. It's got a freaking steel crank, you know, chrome molly rings. It's bored 40 over. It's got an Edelbrock RPM on it and 390 Holly. Heavy headers, you know. I just went through the whole thing with him. I said, I owned this truck. I sold this thing in Bowling Green a long time ago. Oh, that was a funny one. All right, let's get back to it. All right, guys, so if we're going to do a case study thing, right, on this Blazer, I'm going to cut this off right here. Going to go to working on it here in a few minutes. This is going to be a week-long set of videos. Might be one every other day or something like that, but let's get to the bottom of this. Tired of it sitting in the driveway, right? Anyway, hang on for the next one. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching, liking. You know, leave some comments, man. This thing's driving me nuts. It's time for it to hit the road. We'll see you on the next one, which will be, heck, it might be in the morning. Now.